this important occasion, the book launch of General President Olusegun Obasanjo, written by Femi Karina. I've listened very well, particularly when the anchorman went into memory lane of who this man is. That is Chief Obasanjo. Thank you very much for all those eulogy you gave about Mr. Former President and also our Baba today and Baba tomorrow. I also thank or salute our Professor Emeritus for his address. Though I am not too happy with the conclusion, I'm a very blunt person. The conclusion that maybe we don't meet next year. Of course, we're going to meet next year by the grace of God. There's nothing possible. God will make it possible for us to meet next year. He also discussed about the third term agenda. Incidentally, I was in the National Assembly at that time. But this is not the forum to discuss that now. But I just want to make it a point, make it very clear that third term agenda is never Baba Olusegun Obasanjo's idea. It was the idea of the sycophants, put it in a very modest way. But that's another story. I want to thank our emeritus Professor Omolewa, going through all the achievements of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. We have done a very good study of him, and we have presented it to us. And I think everybody will have learned a lot if you are able to read all that you have. But nevertheless, from the synopsis which you give, it has shown that Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is somebody who is today, who was yesterday, who will be tomorrow, and tomorrow thereafter. My job is very simple. I want you to please permit me that I am going to other areas, which is outside my job. I'm here representing Sir Kesentin Adebukola Adebutu, the Balogun of Remoland, the Ashujoba of Lagos, and of course, the Odele of Odua. Mention Chief Adebutu's name anywhere in this country, he is somebody to reckon with and somebody of integrity and a philanthropist. I am here standing, representing him to launch this book. He has given me a blank instruction. That is why I say it is 1 naira per book, so be it. If it is 100,000 per book, so be it. But I'm not going to use that freedom anyhow. You don't give what you don't have. Yes, we lawyers will say that, nemo that. I must consider his own purse as well. So I'm going to be a bit moderate. From what I am seeing, and from what I've perused, because yesterday I was lucky to get a book somewhere, I perused through it. It's a job well done. And I'll advise everybody today to get hold of one for history. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to launch this book on behalf of Sir Kesintin Adebutu with 500,000 naira per book. And he has requested that he will have 10 books. In totality, that is 5 million launching for this book. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Put our hands together once again for our chief launcher. He just launched a copy of the book for 500,000 naira. But 10 books, that's 5 million naira. I'm sure that he will also be launching the book in his personal capacity as Honorable Apostle Dave Salako. I think you want to do that. Very well, sir. Sure you can, sir.
Please permit me to say two caps here today. Like you see the Baba's picture here, two faces. One military, the other civilian. I am Baba Adebutu's cousin. At the same time, in loco parentis, I am a son to Baba Olusegun Obasanjo. So whenever I hear about anything that concerns him, I must try as much as possible to contribute. Permit me that I am not as rich as the person who sent me here, but I will try as much as possible to launch this book for 100,000 naira for 5 books, 500,000.
Please, let's give him a proper round of applause. Yeah, that's not to say that the first one was deficient in any way. We'll progress, and I'd like at this point to recognize and welcome the Akwa Ibom State government, ably represented here by the Secretary to the Government, Dr. Emmanuel Okwe. Please, a round of applause for
Mr. Udomgoro Emmanuel. I walked in very briefly because we had 2 events in Lagos to attend, and he insisted on stopping by here to respect Baba and his spouse, the topic of the book, the representative of Oni of Ife, and all the distinguished gentlemen and the graceful ladies that have come. As he stepped out, he had the address to me, this brief address, to read. Let me read His Excellency the Governor's address, please. Let me start by wishing all of us gathered here compliments of the season and a happy and prosperous year 2001 in advance. I pray God that in the new year we'll have more occasions to sit together like this and celebrate our leaders and share thoughts and ideas on how we can continue to deepen the cause of unity, brotherhood, and overall development of our country, Nigeria. Let me thank the organizers of these events for extending to me the invitation to be here. As most of you may probably know, I count myself as one of those Nigerians who have found favor in Baba's eyes. He has encouraged me deeply, counseled me as a father with a son, celebrate whenever he comes to visit. Some of our enduring and legacy projects we have been able to use the Akwa Ibom people's resources to establish. He has been generous in praise and sharp in offering suggestions on some aspects he felt will yield better results. The people of Akwa Ibom State count him as a father and as a friend. The book, The Man, the General, the President, without preempting the reviewer's timely and aptly titled, The Man, Our Baba, has been a critical voice. Some may even classify him as the main issue in our contemporary politics. From the challenging years of our nationhood to the unfortunate fratricidal war, to the post-war reconstruction efforts, to the apogee of power as a military head of state and commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, to even the years that he spent in what some may call political wilderness, from where he emerged to become the civilian elected president, commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, the first Nigerian, still the current president, to have succeeded in such transformation. Our Baba has been front, center, and the force of the Nigerian socio-political calculus. As a general in the Nigerian Armed Forces, and as a two-term commander-in-chief, his exploits during the Nigerian Civil War are legendary. His detailed service to the nation, as chronicled in this book, the book My Command, stands as a testament to a duty kept by ultimate prize, service our nation. As president, his legacy achievements continue to shape our daily engagements, especially in telecommunications sector, and our place in the community of nations. As we launch and celebrate this book, permit me to quote from one of the most definitional business leaders of the 20th century, the former legendary and iconic chairman and CEO of General Electric, the late Mr. Jack Welch, who said, and I quote, "Before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others," unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, our Baba has, as the man, general, and president, grown others to become major players in the Nigerian socio-political space. That, in my opinion, is the best takeaway from this book. Baba, we celebrate you today and pray God to continue to bless you with robust health and continuous sound mind. Thank God, and God bless our nation. God bless all of us here today. This book is about Baba, whom I like a lot, whom I love, whom I really appreciate. I launched this book personally with a sum of 250,000 naira.
The Odole of Ife, Odole Odua of Ife. I greet you, sir. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, also ably represented here by the secretary to the state government. You are welcome, sir. Kindly allow me to stand on the established protocols. This is the address Baba said I should deliver here. But I will start by introducing myself. My name is Soko Kemade Elugbaju. When you say Soko in Ile-Ife, it means the head of all the princes and princesses. Yes. So Soko Dr. Kemade Elugbaju, the Soko Omoni of Ife. I am here representing my father who art on the throne of Oduduwa. Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyẹ ni to Babatunde Akande Ogunwusi, Ọjájá II. His Imperial Majesty sends his sincere apology for not being able to grace this occasion physically due to some traditional engagements, adding that he is with us in spirit. Chief Olusegun Matthew Okikiola Obasanjo, GCFR, is a Nigerian military and political leader who served as military head of state from February 14, 1976 to October 1, 1979. That is about 3.5 years as a uniformed man. And again, he served as the elected president of Nigeria from May 29, 1999 to May 29, 2007. If you look at, if we do a little arithmetic here, you will see that Baba has led Nigeria more than any other president. That will be about 10.5 years as president of this country. I move on from here. The Ooni says he is a Nigerian nationalist who was the first and the only Nigerian military leader who willingly handed over power to a democratically elected president, not minding the sweetness of power. Look at it. Agbára dùn. Ṣùgbọ́n bàbá pamọ́ra ọgbẹ́lẹ̀. Chief Obasanjo has a firm grip on the Nigerian situation. He qualifies as a fearless soothsayer, not minding whose horse is God. I want to talk about myself, my relationship with Baba. In 1998, December, I was living at Ota with Baba. That was the time we were running up and down saying, okay, let us do the campaign. So during the electioneering campaign, I was able to wax an album for Baba, which I tagged Yoruba Agenda, because that time, Yorubas felt that Baba Obasanjo cannot lead us. They said, Egbe Awusa lo nse. They did not want to see us at that time. So that forced me now to say, there must be an album we have to produce to make sure that we appeal to Yorubas, that this is their own song. At the end of the day, there is a part of that album which I titled Alo. I was happy when the emeritus professor was saying something about the names of Baba. In Yoruba, we have a saying, wọ́n ní ilé la máa ń wò ká tó sọmọ lórúkọ. Wọ́n nígbà tí a sọmọ ní Ṣódé, wọ́n ní ọmọ lọ sí ogun ó dé. A sọmọ ní Ṣóbọ̀, ọmọ lọ sájò ó bọ̀. Àwọn kan wá gbéra, wọ́n sọmọ tí wọ́n ní Sórìn lọ. Ọmọ wa lọ, ọmọ ò dé mọ́. Wọ́n wá gbẹ́nu sókè, wọ́n sunkún. Ta ni ó ṣàmọ̀ pé orúkọ ọmọ ló ń ro ọmọ. Orúkọ ro Bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ o. A pè wọ́n lókìkí ọlá. Òkìkí gba gbogbo ayé kan. Mi ò tẹ́ tún tí rí Nàìjíríà kankan tó wà as popular as Bàbá Ọbásanjọ́. Next is a pè wọ́n ní Olúwaṣẹ́gun. Bàbá ni wọ́n gba agbára lọ́wọ́ àwọn láyé ogun abẹ́lé. Bàbá ni wọ́n ṣẹ́gun fún wa. Bàbá ò dúró ń bẹ̀ o. Operation Feed the Nation. The intention of that Operation Feed the Nation is to win the war of hunger. Baba did it. Stomach infrastructure. So Baba did that successfully. Then we now move on. Wọ́n ní Ọbásanjọ́. Ǹjẹ́ ó tẹ̀ síbi kan tá a lè sọ pé Bàbá Ọ̀sánjọ́ fún Yorùbá, Bàbá Ọ̀sánjọ́ fún wọn. I'm happy. I've been very close to Chief Akin Osutokun. It's likely you don't even recognize me again. We were together most times with Femi Fani-Kayode. I want to believe that you are still relating with him. So, you will now notice that the names they have given to Baba Obasanjo have worked wonders in the life of Nigerians. Let me continue with Baba's message. I will add today that Baba Obasanjo is better referred to as the Nigerian solution. He's Mr. Solution to Nigerian problems. Most of the time, if Baba sees that something is going wrong, Baba does not mind calling the person and saying that, because the solution to Nigerian problems. Of good reference is his steadfast love and respect for culture and tradition. Being aware of the sacred of the throne of the Ooni of Ife, Chief Obasanjo has made it a point of duty to ensure that everything is well with the Yorubas. Kábíyèsí Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyẹ ní Ìtàn Babátúndé Àkàndé Ògúnwùsì. Ọ̀jájá II prays for the president of presidents. Let me repeat that. Baba prays for the president of presidents, the grandfather of Nigeria, a doctor of letters, a brilliant theologian with a heart of gold. The Ooni has plucked 3 leaves for Baba Obasanjo. He has plucked 3 leaves for Baba Obasanjo. He calls the first one Gbegbe, Ewe Gbegbe, and he meant to say that Baba Obasanjo wan gbe ile aye pe. This is a prayer, please. So when I say this prayer, you say amen. Ewe Gbegbe ni takoko, wọ́n ní wọ́n máa gbélé ayé pẹ́. Ewe tẹ̀tẹ̀ ní ti ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, wọ́n ní wọ́n máa tẹ̀lé yìí pẹ́. Ewe kẹta ni wọ́n pè ní ewé ogbó, wọ́n ní bàbá máa gbó kánrin kéṣe, wọ́n ní wọ́n á fi ọwọ́ pa ewu, wọ́n á dẹ̀ fi èrìgì jóbi. Today, we are here for the public presentation of the book, The Man, the General, the President, MGP. I can assure you that many more books are still in the offing, because there cannot be a single book that can fully say all about Baba Iyabo. In him, I see the needed Moses, who can salvage our situation in the country. Long live Baba Obasanjo. Long live the Owu Kingdom. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thanks for your attention.
In food security. During the lockdown, he was able to start on fish farming. Instead of just sitting around, he kept himself busy. He's always busy in farming, and he's encouraging people on food security. Fish pond, is having fish pond, pig, anything you can think about in farming. It's encouraging people to do farming. If we can do a lot about farming, we don't have to import so many things. We start having a rice farm also. I will encourage everybody to do the same thing. If we to do farming, the problem of Nigeria about food security, I'm thanking the man, the author of this book. Let's do something about food farming, about agriculture. it will take us longer, but we should try as much as possible not to import too many things. We can grow it. We have good soil to do all these things. God bless you all.
For him to use his gums to chew cola nuts on matter of protocols, Kabis, Chief Launcher, my governor, Madam of the House, Mama Basanjo, I salute everybody. It's a big pleasure to be here, and it's doubly pleasing to be part of Otumba Femi Karena's successful efforts. At launching this book, I was part of this book from the beginning, the ups and the downs. And you see, success is always a sweet thing, but there is nothing that makes it sweeter than to see that you are able to overcome all the vagaries, all the problems that have come and gone. I thank God for this day for Otumba Karena. But I must say something about the man who is the subject of the book. It's a man we all know so well. I don't know what else to say that has not been said. But I picked something from what the emeritus professor said. It is not so much to be a leader and count on your followers. I was discussing this same subject with a good friend here, Bishop Osai, about 2 weeks ago. If you're a leader and you're on Facebook with 1,000, 1 million followers, that will not be enough. The question is that, how many people have you made, are you making, who will also emerge as leaders to make others? That is the hallmark of a leader. That's what sets you apart of a leader. Because even when Jesus Christ was saying, he made leaders. He didn't live to be more than 30-something, but it was possible for those he made to go around the whole world. He couldn't go past Jerusalem. How many places could he walk barefoot? But the others sailed around the world and converted empires into Christendom. Today they have 2 billion or more followers. So the hallmark, everybody here should strive to at least mentor somebody. I know that there's somebody you are making. This is the strong point of General President Chief Obasanjo. He's a maker of people. And there's nothing that makes us happier with you than for you to be a maker of people. Because that's God's own job. So when you now step into his shoes and help to make people, help to place people in position of leaders, even if it's policeman band leader, who is able to take the person next to him, so that when he leaves, that person can capably take over the band, displaying the role of God. I must salute Madam, who is able to handle a man. Obasanjo is a handful. Somebody said it, she said it too. He is forever restless. He has so much energy, you wonder where he's getting it from. Actually, does he ever sleep? Maybe more than 3 hours a day. That is the man for you. I know him so well. I can't compete my knowledge of him with the wife. I think the women always know the men best. But I know him so well, and one aspect of him that people don't see is the spiritual aspect of Obasanjo. That's why that title they call him in Abeokuta as the Ebora Owu. That is the Inwe, the spirit of Owu. It's very, very apt. And I've dealt with him on this level so deep, so well, so many times that I know that he has certain qualities beyond the regular person. I will remember clearly, just 2 minutes, I won't take too much of your time. It was June 12th in Broglie. And there was no, thank God, Mr. Governor, he spoke about the power, the relevance, and the other positive aspects of the cellular phone we have today. There were no cellular phones there as we have it now. We only had, didn't even have 090, and we didn't have international reach. But when there were crises in the ongoing situation that we had on there, the June 12th, when MK Abiola would be about to read a speech blaming the North for the annulments, which made us lose the whole of the North, and the struggle for the attainment of June 12, which led it to become a sectional Yoruba thing, which made us to finally lose it. He was going to read that speech, and we were looking for him. trust Obasanjo. He was in India because you don't even know where he is anyway. He's hardly in the country. He will call at that moment and say, hey, Kenny, you are looking for me. I say, yes, we've been looking for you now for 2 hours. He said, I knew. And many instances like that, and I was able to take the phone from caller and give it to the father. Yes, OBJ is on the phone. You should not read that speech. Let us forget that I read it later. After I agreed that I won't read it. That is Obasanjo for you. It's telepathic. It can read situations deeper, ahead, and further than most. Obasanjo is a man that most people don't know. And I will say just the last story before I give up the microphone and announce my book launch involvement. We have a man today who is the president of Nigeria. I am a very positive, optimistic person. I don't give up. 28 years so far in trying to make this country better. Every other day has been worse than the last, mind you. But I'm still not giving up. Nigeria will still survive. Nigeria will still make it. Nigeria will still be a successful nation. I thought we were going to say amen to that. I can understand where Chief Oshizoko was coming from. It is enough for anybody to get tired of what we have now. But I was going to say a story that will show us that there's still hope for this country. I had on one occasion, the current president just came out of, just became free then, and I was going to visit him in Kaduna. And President Obasanjo, then General Obasanjo, he wasn't even a president yet, said, when you land in Kaduna, buy him, that's General Muhammadu Buhari, buy him 12 oranges. I thought that was something that you don't do to former president. I said I will order a carton of oranges from K2 before I leave tomorrow and fly down packages in the proper carton. He said, no, I just said 6 or 12, no more. So since he said that, I got to the airport, like he said, and bought 6 or 12 oranges in a nylon bag and gave it to General Buhari when I got to his. I said, this is from General Obasanjo. He ordered for a knife and then cut the orange by himself. I was taking it right there and then. And then I paused and asked him, General, let me ask you a question. How come you people treat this man OBJ like a small god? He sent you an orange, you shall quarrel with him. Then you accepted it from me, just 12 oranges, and you're eating it like a dad or somebody sent you oranges. He said, yes, I will not understand the man. And I will not understand the tie between him and the man. But he was the man's petroleum minister, then petroleum commissioner, for about 3 years. And under that auspices, he, General Buhari, built 3 refineries. I think the Warri, the Port Harcourt 1 and 2, apart from thousands of kilometers of pipeline. And sells crude in hundreds of thousands and millions of barrels every day. That there was no day General Obasanjo, as the president, asked him, who is buying oil, who is lifting oil, who is building a refinery. He, as the minister, had the full authority and control for 3 solid years. All he did is that every morning he takes a piece of paper, and knowing his penchant for economics and finance, he writes that yesterday we sold 2 million barrels for so many dollars, so you have so much you can put in your arithmetic for your calculation, for your budget, so you know how much we're not having. So that's all he does. That's the only day he ever called him to talk to him about his office and portfolio. I said, no matter what time you get to the office, Kenny, he will call me chief. People call me chief. I was smaller then. This was years ago. He said, no matter what time you get to the office, chief, the president, the commander-in-chief will be in the office before you. If you get there by 7, he's there before you. If you get there by 6:30, he's there before you. That is OBJ for you. And he got to the office that day and he was told that since we want to see you. This man doesn't ask of me. That's okay. Before I go, let me call him and ask that I'm on my way. And they called him and says, I'm sure you want to see me, sir. I'm on my way. I said, what do you mean that I want to see you? What happened to you? What's your problem? I said, I don't have problems. But how come you canceled the contract for oil lifting for Ghana? And he said, sir, those people are owing us money. They owe us $100 million, which was a lot of money in those days. He said, is this your money? And he banged the phone. He understood immediately that from OBJ's Afrocentrist policy, philosophy, and ideals, he does not want Ghana to be out of oil for 1 minute. So he called them that same hour, renegotiated and restructured their payment with them, and commenced supplying them oil the same day. And he called him and gave him a note that has been receipted. That was General Buhari talking about the qualities of General Obasanjo. I'm saying today that this is what gives me the positivity, the understanding that this country will still make it. Because if those men could be like that yesterday, and if only they could go back to being like that today, for some of us and others I know who are working on getting them to be back on that kind of platform, where the Obasanjos of this world and Buharis of this world are talking about the betterment of Nigeria, they're able to get themselves together and do this, and this is a message to those who are trying, and those who are also stalling it, that we should let the best hands in the country get together and make this country work. Nigeria definitely will be great, and this country will work. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My brother, well, his piece is all over. I am a co-author of this book, I would say. I hope you will allow me to be a co-author because we did a lot on this book together. And I will launch it very handsomely. But I will not, it's something between Ekpo and Aburo. I will tell him what I will do. But be sure that it will be more than impressive. I will not compete with the chief launcher, though. No, I will not. But be sure that I will do something that will make Femi happy. It's a man who deserves all the support he can get. It's another man who I believe holds the potentials to contribute to make this country better. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank you so very much, sir.
The wife, our mother, Mrs. Obasanjo. Secondly, it's quite funny the way life is. The gentleman sitting down by the side of our mother represents the Royal Majesty, the Oni of Ife. The Oni of Ife, definitely, I'm sure you will know that we worked together. He worked in my company around 1990. And he headed the entire southwest of my company at that time. I greet you, sir, and please, my whole appreciation to him. The gentleman next to you, sir, is someone that I've always respected from a distance while he was especially in the National Assembly. Mr. Dave Salako, I respect you. Apart from that, I also have two gentlemen who have always been at the flanks of power, I usually say. Chief Kenny Martins and Tunde Oshitoku, I thank you for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the invitation of my brother, my friend, my confidant, my supporter, and also lately my advisor, Otumba Femi Karena. Otumba Femi Karena has always been a pillar